Good evening everyone, DRBMiller here. How are you guys doing? Hope everyone is fine. Hope you had a good day. I certainly did. I had a night of very good rest last night because I spent entirely in central London by doing lots of different things. And then today we had a lengthy Destiny stream early on, which was literally a proper comeback to our beloved game here on my channel. And lots of people asked me in the last couple of weeks, when is Destiny 1 going to come back? And the answer was very simple. Immediately. We spent some time playing Apex and the Division and the Division 2. In view of those games being released, being fresh, the Division 1 was basically opening up or paving the way for its sequel, which was released last week. And in fact, I have to tell you that today I watched several reviews online. One of those was a very lengthy IGN review that was indeed, I think, streamed early in the week, and two of the top guys were talking about the Division 2, and the review was amazing, I have to say, and they were very positive about the game. Everything said was exactly as I experienced it to be, and the difference between the Division 1 and 2 were clearly explained, exposed and tackled. I'm a bit sort of surprised that most people describe the Division 1 streets as being devoid of any action and very bare. They weren't as busy as you would get them in the Division 2, but I guess at the beginning of the game, and particularly if you're not spent a lot of time roaming the streets with your team, they might feel like that. And I think lots of the guys are, or have been, doing the game by themselves rather than the team, and I think that they would find that the action for single player was somewhat different. But indeed, with the Division 2, the quantity of hostile encounters is exponentially greater than in the first one, and you have so many different hostiles coming in with different abilities. Also, the artificial intelligence is very well designed, so you will never ever feel bored. And when you walk the streets, which obviously is how you need to be playing the Division 2, you will be then encountering all sorts of challenges. So it's very hectic. The guys in that review also stated that for them the Dark Zone and the activities there were also quite a pinnacle, and really enjoyed it. I guess the same can be said about the first one, but the focus of the review was basically on the fact that the game is in progress. They are, continuing to play it, and the review is in progress as well, and I quite like that. I really do, because I think focusing on these massive open world games in one review right at the beginning, 2 days after the game was launched, is wrong. You do not get a good experience of the game in 2 days, and considering the volume, the size, the complexity of some of those interactions, it is impossible to present the viewers and the audience with a very clear-cut review. To be frank, people do get those games in advance, and they obviously are in position to play them weeks before the game is released, but I still think doing it thoroughly and doing it step by step to what I've seen with the IGN is a very good way forward. Indeed, you can even revise certain statements if you are challenged towards the end of the game, or if you are facing something which is significantly different. And I think that is the way the games like the Division 2, Anthem, and all the other sort of massive open world multiplayer games need to be approached. So that was very good. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Also, in addition to that, I watched their review of the latest season on Destiny 2. I was quite curious to see what they said, as previously they were quite negative and not at all receptive to Destiny 2 overall. And in fact, they described in review Destiny 2 season of the Drifter as being by far the best part of the entire sequel, and they talked about action, replayability, loot, all the other interesting add-ons to the story, and particularly from the viewpoint of somebody who then played the game with certain options that were bearing consequences. They said this was a novelty, and they really liked it. So depending on what you did, you would get certain kind of outcome. If any of you are watching and indeed playing Destiny 2 Annual Pass Season 2, which is Season of the Drifter, then please do send me an email or send us some messages here indicating whether you agree with the statement that was indeed given to us through the IGN, and whether you are agreeable with such positive review. I'm very glad to see that the IGN warmed up towards Destiny 2, as I was surprised altogether with their frosty reception of the game and the season. And it's really very good to see that they're taking it also step by step. And indeed, what we experience as the best parts of the season and the game are clearly underlined, as lots of the news sources can be somewhat biased, and sometimes they can sit on certain rumors, and that altogether I find to be quite unjust and unfair, particularly towards those developers that spent an enormous amount of time building content, and indeed, the content that has to be engaged with in depth. Talking about fast travel in Division 2 and then not exploring the streets is just making that sort of review completely relevant. So for everyone who's watching, I would advise you to watch those two wonderful reviews. They are on IGN Live, IGN.com. You can access them either through your PC, tablet, Android, or indeed on your PlayStation if you have the app downloaded. Just type in the search the Division 2 review or Destiny 2 review, and you will get those very, very interesting comments and views. I'm very glad to see that they are very positive, and quite frankly, I think they've given, is it 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10 for the Division 2, which was, no, I'm wrong. I'm quite wrong. I was watching the other review, I think it's called, for the game called Seniro, the Japanese samurai game. They've given it 9.5. The Division 2 got 7, and I think Destiny season got 6.5, or also 7. Regardless of the verdict, the comments and views are said were very, very positive. So coming back to our stream tonight, we are going to have a few hours of our Destiny 1 adventures. I had several people coming in earlier asking whether Destiny 1 is going to remain on the channel. The answer is quite simple, and it is, which come together with Annual Pass, Destiny 2 Forsaken and Gambit, and we will be, I guess, aligning ourselves more closer to what's happening right now with the game. You may feel that I'm a bit lagging behind, but I'm never really too bothered, unless you are playing the game from the day one, and really unless you are completely immersed in all that is happening from day to day. Having some degree of delay is of no consequence. And as you know, there are many, many interesting games out there. It is impossible to be able to attach to all of them, and it's the best way forward if you just do one game at a time, focus completely, and produce the very best results. Hopping, jumping, skipping is definitely not the way to do it in this massive open world multiplayer games, because A, you might be missing out on some of the loot that needs to be collected, B, you may not be unlocking certain sections that are affecting the story, and C, you're just trying to have a shortcut in achieving certain levels, or getting a certain number of experience points, which is not the way such games need to be played. Don't forget, playing games first of all is about enjoyment. Also, if you're doing it online, if you're streaming, it is all about communication and connectivity. So remember, enjoyment, connection, connectivity, regularity, focus. These are the aspects of those games. I know that some of the younger gamers would like all things to be a bit like what we get on our text messages or WhatsApp. When you send something, it's instantly received. But what happens if I sit on the server, and if your friend cannot get the message which you've sent? And you will see, you'll be looking at your phone, and you'll see that the message has been received but not read, or it will tell you the message hasn't been received, and you'll say, well, why is that happening? How can it be? I've just sent it right now, it should have been. Well, not really, because the most important part of that network, the server, has been blocked, and therefore the other party couldn't get your message. Therefore they have to wait. Maybe they'll need to wait a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days. My point is, massive, big open world games require patience, require focus, and require some degree of enthusiasm, and they have to provide you with entertainment, with joy. You need to be passionate about them. You know, just racing through the game is definitely not a good idea. And I've done sometimes multiplayer with people who were selected randomly, and I did feel, particularly they played the game before, they were just racing through the missions. And you know, even if I know everything in the game, I will still take time in order to complete, because you know, it's all about enjoying what you're doing, and indeed it is also about the experience of that open world which is presented within the video game of your choosing. So what we've done today is we had Matthias from the US, one of our very dedicated Destiny veterans and community members, and he was in fact guiding me towards certain goals. In addition to that, he helped me with a couple of strikes and also with a weekly Nightfall strike. We were doing it for quite a while, because although I'm not under-leveled for it, I didn't have adequate weapons to destroy the boss, and that was causing lots of problems. The boss was able to kill me with ease, so we've done it for quite a while, but we completed it successfully. Regrettably, right at the end, I was not able to collect the loot. I just didn't get to the chest in time, and I don't really think there was anything major in there either. So he also advised me to complete one of the missions that required a code, and this code is something we worked on a little while back with my hunter. Therefore, I had to change my character. As you know, I played Titan now for a while, and I had to go back to my hunter. The reason for that is Matthias wanted me to get a special and very, very powerful weapon, which is acquired after this mission is completed. And the way you complete this mission is purely by entering you need to unlock the mission, because the mission is somewhat of a semi-hidden secret one. Therefore, you need to take screenshots of certain enemies in one of the other missions, and then you need to enter the code according to what type of enemy was appearing during the match in particular order. So I've had those screenshots, but for whatever reason they did not provide me with a clue, and I tried a few times, and I think I could have acquired a clue off the internet, but you know, that's not really my style, doing cheats and making shortcuts. So I left it for the day to come when Matthias and me could really do it together, and this is what we've done. So we unlocked the code, I got the mission, and the mission is strictly time. I think it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and because I had some other commitments later in the afternoon, I had to really race through it and finish much earlier than expected. Well, put it this way, my mind was on something else, so I was struggling a bit and not doing as I should. In this instance, I have no time constraints, and I'm going to be persevering with this mission immediately. We'll finish it as quickly as, acquire the weapon and use it for all the future missions. So without further ado, if you guys are ready, we are going to go not to my Titan, but to Hunter, human male, played by DRBMiller, and we'll do the same mission again in order to acquire the weapon. I have to say, coming back to Destiny is always like coming back to your family, your best friends. You always feel at home, and you always can sort of replay certain missions with joy. It's been thoroughly enjoyable during the last few days. I really loved every one of the sessions, and oh, I love my ship as well. Look at it, isn't that wonderful? Much better than the old one. So we are going to go to our progress section, and let me see, Age of Triumph, that's not it. So now I'm slightly frazzled because I did not see it on the list in there. Now I know what I need to do. There we go. I just couldn't remember, and it didn't obviously get listed on my progress section of the inventory or my options, but I remembered it correctly and it was on the map. So let's focus, let's finish it, let's all those weapons and destroy those 3 wizards at the end. In fact, I'll very quickly have a look whilst I'm looking at this. Primary telemetry, special ammunition synthesis. Yeah, I guess I could have gone to no. No ammunition. I don't believe it. And the third one got me. think, what would be the best thing to do? Excuse me. Bounced off that thing. Why did I bounce off? This is annoying. Annoying! Can't go in there, but it looks. No, I know what I need to do. I simply need to go back to orbit and then get. Need to buy heavy ammunition synthesis. Because without it, I won't be able to do it. So I need heavy ammunition synthesis, maybe buy it a few times and then I use it several times. gunsmith.
Aren't you it?
And then we need to buy some of those.
Not a moment too soon.
Let's see. Heavy armor synthesis. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4,
Thanks, Guardian.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Watch yourself.
So let's see. Inventory. Yep. So that will help us. Who wants to talk to us? Our friend Postmaster wants to talk to us.
Service normal.
Lost items. Blessing of the momentum. So let's see, what else have we got there? Probably some Jade Rabbit.
Almost complete, Guardian. Transfer.
Blessing of momentum.
Goodbye.
Look like there was another character who wants to talk to us as well.
This is the second round of announcements. A ghost is no excuse for recreational tower jumping.
Headache again.
Just remember that I didn't take any Nightfall bounties from Zavala. I forgot to do that before doing the Nightfall earlier today. A bit annoyed with myself for that because we talked about it and I forgot about it, so you know. Alright. Back to orbit. Off we go. And we will do the same mission, which is in fact a secret mission unlocked by the code I applied earlier today. This is a mission that needs to be finished in about 3.5 minutes. The mission is called Shadow Call, and it's delivered on the hard difficulty level. Come on, hurry up. How can it be? I didn't kill 3 of them, I killed 2. Ikelos fusion core. Okay. Let's see. It's very weird because we completed it. They still ask me to do it. I don't know why. We are going to go back to the Iron Temple, and let's see whether we are to get. Well, we are going to get this weapon from somebody. We need to find out who that is going to be. For the benefit of our viewers, we just completed the secret mission, and I'm a bit surprised because there were 3 wizards and I eliminated 2 of them, and then all 3 were dead at once, and I kind of did that really fast as I acquired the heavy ammunition synthesis, and it really worked well. As it was as good as Matthias said. And now I'm heading back to base, really, to find out whether I'm likely to acquire a new weapon. So I did collect those spare bits in there.
I am authorized to assist you in tower bounties only.
It's like Guardian.
Oh, he's just gave me those patrols. Hit the plague lands, push back enemies, and control the spread of Siva. Indeed, I'm accepting.
The Devil Splicers keep fighting back.
Okay.
Maybe they'll be less stubborn once you've thinned the herd a bit more.
Complete patrols. I will do, sire. Fear God on the King.
Tower channel 3 open. Confirming.
Kills. Generated. Rex.
Goodbye, Guardian.
Goodbye, my friend. I'll be back after another battle.
Lord Guardian, what news from the front?
We have many mysteries in need of attention.
Artifacts of the Iron Lords. Prove you are worthy to wield the Iron Lord's powers by performing noble deeds in Plague Lands. Go to the Plague Lands and remind our enemies why they once feared Iron Lords.
Face your fears, as the Iron Lords would, head on, and I will provide you a taste of their power.
Okay. So that's another mission allocated in there. You need to perform noble deeds in the Plague Lands, and then this is Plague Lander. We've done all of that many times before.
We're grateful for the help.
probably need to go back to the tower then. And
Scory. I won't sing in your place, but at
the
least
gunsmith in there will be able to help, I think. I mean, what else? I can't think of anything else really.
Maybe Saladin will let you adopt one of his wolves.
Up in the orbit again. We are going back to the tower in order to get that new weapon. What would I do without my community of Destiny veterans? I would know nothing. I'd be still struggling with my warlock, you know, right at the beginning. And I can't say not everything now, but I do know quite a lot of different things. And progressing forward rapidly. We were talking earlier in my afternoon broadcast that the next step for me is going to be leveling up my characters to the raid level, so that we can be doing raids all together as many times as we want, with our community members, with our veterans, and also with some newbies and new followers. And once we've done that, we are going to be migrating to Destiny 2. Destiny 2 will then be our main focus. Again, our Destiny world, of course.
Headache again. I swear it's these symbols. I see them in my dreams.
Guardian. Night mission, huh?
No.
You take care of that gun, Guardian. That site's gonna get someone killed.
So I'm kind of surprised. Let's see. Entry. Looks like the core's missing 5 key components. We'll have to track them down in order to activate the nodes and restart the core. I need to ask my community members for advice because I'm not sure what I need to do here. So just bear with us. I'll just try to work out what our next mission is in order to get this sorted. I apologize for the wait. I'm just trying to work out something here in relation to my Oculus Fusion core. I'll be back very, very shortly. Right, looks I need to be dismantling any legendary or higher heavy weapon. Complete the Archives mission on Venus on any difficulty. Okay, so we'll do that. So first of all we'll go to the vault.
Venus on Venus? No.
Okay, so let's see. Conspiracy theory. Can dismantle that one. Right, so it's completed. Complete the Archives mission on Venus on any difficulty. So we'll go to Venus. Need to complete Archives mission on any difficulty. There we go. So that's the next step.
We just got this on a secure channel from the Cryptarch.
The Ishtar Collective gathered some of the greatest minds of the Golden Age. Their archive is a treasure of knowledge that we cannot lose to the Fallen. Secure the archive, and the Cryptarchs will be in your debt.
The archive is buried under the rubble of the Academy. It won't take the Fallen long to strip it like the rest of the planet. We'd better find it before they get inside.
Okay. So as you can see, this is basically connected to our Sleeper Stimulant quest, and we just need to complete 5 of those modules. This is the second one. The first one was dismantling one of the legendary weapons. It's the wrong way. So there are some other people in here as well, which is good. Maybe that's not shotgun. That machine gun. That was a shotgun, it's not a machine gun. This is my favorite sniper. There was the sniper, I think it is. What's happening to my Twitch in there? Problems again. It's been very glitchy today, I have to say, which is very annoying. Devil's Dawn, not Devil's Disciple. Still a few more miles to go, let's say. A special ammunition, how can this be? That's not it, okay. So where do we need to go then?
Great. The Fallen have already set up shop here. Let's hope they haven't gotten into the archive. That's it. The archive. Secrets of the Golden Age, untouched for centuries. Radial A encryption. They were serious about keeping people out. Not a problem. After you.
Enter the vault and use us to extract the ancient secrets of the archive for the city.
Unbelievable. The archive's power is still partially activated.
Welcome, Dr. Shin. Please enter your security clearance code.
Dr. Shim? Never mind that. Let's hit that terminal up ahead. This place is amazing. It's bigger than the archives in Old Accra.
I don't think I've played this mission before, so that must be like a secret mission as well.
Thank you, Dr. Shin. Shall I begin correlation of Vex Mind core samples?
So polite. Well, let's see what they've got.
Dr. Shin, security breach detected. Intruders. Initiate Protocol 19.
Fallen. They followed us in.
Why can't I open it? It's like a chest. Oh yeah, I hate those fallen enemies with blades. Absolutely hate them. Terrible. When I was in my Warlock, I was getting killed frequently by those. But No longer the case, you know. You move up the ladder. So where are they? Upstairs.
Remote hub failure. Routing disrupted.
They must have a servitor feeding off the power.
That one would have caused me a lot of difficulty had it not been for my super. Where has it gone?
Made a mess here, but I got this.
For the benefit of viewers,
They're
I'm
tapping
playing
in somewhere else.
the mission called Archives. And that is a secret mission. Playing it on Venus. I need to complete any difficulty level in order to get Sleeper Stimulant. Sleeper Stimulant is a very powerful weapon.
Fallen. They followed us in.
Remote hub failure. Routing disrupted.
They must have a servitor feeding off the power. Made a mess here, but I got this. They're tapping in somewhere else.
Well, bit by bit we're getting there, right?
I'll have it back together quick. They're still falling in here.
Of course. They're falling everywhere.
Let's get back to the archive.
Oh, mission complete.
This archive is amazing. Pathways to other galaxies, mappings of a Vex underworld, a place they called the Vault of Glass. Hopefully the Cryptar can make sense of it. I'll let him know we found it.
Well, that's wonderful. I completed the mission. Which means I got my piece, which was necessary. So let's see what's next. Defend the Warsaw public event on Earth. Okay, so that's the next one. Upgrading my chest armor. Increase discipline. Let's see. Anything else? There's something else to know. Oh no, no, that's this one. Okay. So Warsat complete a defender Warsaw public event on Earth. Okay. So let me just think for a moment. What do we do? We go to the Plague Lands. The reason we are doing those 5 sections is in order to get sleeper stimulant, which is obviously a very powerful weapon.
Smell that? The Devil Splicers have their forges burning hot. They're building something. Want to take a look? Just quickly have a look at that as well.
Skywatch. Okay. We need to go to Skywatch to complete the public event, which is Defend the Warsat. And then after that, we need to go to the other two. Mars and Moon, I think. There are 3 altogether.
I'm receiving reports of fallen snipers in proximity to the patrol beacons. Stay alert, Guardian.
Can't see it. It is there to be collected though. Just don't see it anywhere. No, can't find it.
We might want to check this out. If you're game, I'm game.
Hi Ryan, how are you doing? Good to see you. How's it going? Long time no see. Ryan's asking, all is good, how are things? Well, I can't complain really, very good. Don't know whether you watched football, it was 5-0 early on, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna have to focus on this because I'll die. And I did die. Yeah, it's been good, yeah, a good day today also. What I'm doing is, I'm doing a selection of missions in order to get my sleep a stimulant, and Matthias was here earlier on. Well, I watch international games. I don't really watch Premiership much, you know, but I do. Hang on, I need to go after that, don't I? It's the first game of the qualifying campaign for, what is it, Euro 20. Very good start, I have to say. 5-0 really exceeded my expectations. Oh, that's ridiculous. Where did he come from? Coming back to Destiny. My Destiny 1 streams resumed. And, oh, look at that. God, he killed me so fast. I'm gonna have to focus on this. I can't kill right now. I'm getting killed easy.
Not much longer.
Oh no, he got me again.
Well, we got most of them. Good work.
No. No, like you see at the first place, you know. Yeah. That's annoying. Yeah, Ryan says the Czechs are a good side as well. Well, I mean, usually they are, but tonight obviously they were not getting their act together, and Sterling scored 3 goals. I mean, you know, there's been a big problem with him scoring for the national team, but I have to say against the Spaniards, the you know, the preliminary games they played, he played really well, and they didn't know what to do with him. And so this is the second game where he really excelled, and very, very happy for him, really. And a very good score, you know, 5-0 to open up the campaign is probably, well, the best in many years. And also considering that the boys were obviously in semi-finals, so, you know, that's really quite a good start. And let's hope they carry on. Yeah, coming back to Destiny, I'm playing those missions in order to get sleeper stimulant. Matthias was telling me that, you know, sleeper stimulant was like really a priority now, and we've done one mission a while back when I had to basically take screenshots of activity in order to get the secret code to unlock that archives mission, and I just completed it a moment ago, and I've sort of gone to defend the war sat sections, well, events, world events, in order to get it. So I need to complete 3 of those, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do this tonight. Just have to wait here, right? Until the event resumes. Well, you know, with Destiny 1, I'm coming to the very end of literally everything. With my Titan, I only have a few more story missions left, and then obviously we have, you know, Nightfall Strikes and all the other things, literally on a weekly basis, and then we're going to be doing raids. So the idea is to get them to 4,400, all 3 characters, get adequate weapons, and then do raids, and then that's it. And then we'll migrate to Destiny 2, Destiny 2 Forsaken, and still will carry on with Destiny 1 alongside. So that's the idea. It'd be a bit difficult to fit everything in once my Anthem stream starts as well, but you know, we'll get there. Destiny is the pillar post, the foundation stone of this channel, so we are going to carry on with Destiny. Well, indefinite really, I'd say, as long as we can. I was just talking to Matt today, and I said maybe what I'll do is I'll replay Destiny from scratch on Xbox, which means that I'll start with characters, you know, the basic level, and then work the way up. It's also a possibility, just to keep a variety, I think. As you know, some people who come here are also active gamers, other people like watching. Some people never come in, you know. Some people do not want to be on broadcast because they're shy, they're worried about their voices being heard, or you know, the gameplay being seen or being archived. But I think for multiplayer games it's so important that people join in, and also it's so important for people to come in on a public broadcast, because, you know, online gaming is all about connecting and communicating, and that's the best value of it all. Can I just ask you, are you playing Apex as well, Ryan? Have you tried it? If so, what did you think of it? Because I spent some time doing Apex, and lots of my other kind of colleagues and online streamers, they were doing the same. A very, very popular game, although I have to say its Season 1 had somewhat frosty reception. Well, Ryan says he hasn't played it yet. Well, I'd recommend it. It's very enjoyable, you know, your classic kind of battle royale, which feels and looks a bit like Borderlands. The characters are very similar, the way they're designed, but very, very enjoyable. And you can play it either with a steady team, or you can just have, you know, random selection of players, but either way it's really good fun. The only thing is battle royale, you know, it's PvP. All depends on, you know, who's in the arena. Could be very difficult, could be very entertaining. And I've come across and played against some really good tactical teams, you know, people that migrated from Rainbow Six and from Battlefield, PUBG, Fortnite, so they were pretty good. And how are you getting on with Destiny 2 Forsaken? Are you playing the seasons as well? Are you grinding some of those missions in order to get the best loot? I said earlier in my broadcast I watched IGN review of the recent season, the season of Drifter. Is the season of Drifter? And it was very, very positive. They said it was the best thing in Destiny 2 so far. So if you are doing it, and obviously I assume you're enjoying it, if indeed the review was accurate. But I believe from what I've heard that indeed it is very accurate. Lots of people liked it. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, Ryan said that he didn't like Destiny 2 at all. He's a great Destiny 1 fan. Yeah, I remember. I apologize. You did tell me this before. Well, you know, there are lots of people who are not that keen on Destiny 2. And I'm quite alright with it. I've played, as you know, on a stream, Destiny 2 extensively, and then I finished the story missions, and then I'll carry on with 2 other characters. And you know, I'm doing this, and I need to defend the Warsat, and I'm thinking, where is the Warsat going to be? Yeah, it should be here then. To be honest with you, I'm not sure why the other beasts sprang up. It must be that somebody else was doing another mission, and then they all came at once. If only Warsat alright before the big beast came in, you know, massive big. Oh yeah. Every 20 minutes it spawns. Well, I better be good the next time, because it's going to be too late for me tonight. Well, you know, to be honest with you, when I looked at the list for sleeper stimulants... Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's... Yeah, that's not it. What I was going to say is, the trouble is, just bear with me, I want to get some information on the screen. Yeah, I was going to say, you know, people say it's a long grind, and this is a long grind as well. Because first of all you need to dismantle any legendary or high heavy weapon, complete Archive's mission on Venus, and then you have to complete Defend the Warsat public event on Earth, Moon and Mars. So that's a bit of a long grind, isn't it? Ryan, I've seen you were doing some raids recently. I've seen them on my what do you call it, on my PS4, you know, when you get recommendations on what people are doing. I think you've been doing Vault of Glass. Seems you're going to bring it together with you. Ryan says it can be done super quick, if you're lucky. There used to be an app or website you could check on the spawns of the war sets. Yeah, there probably is, but you know, I'm sort of doing it like this. Just kind of waiting, doing a bit of target practice, that sort of thing. I like doing war set in a team. It's always the best if you do it like with 3 people. It's much quicker and Ryan says, yeah, he was doing those raids, indeed. I did watch one of those. You're doing Vault of Glass, I remember. And Ryan says tomorrow he'll be doing a raid marathon. That sounds fabulous. Well, you know, I'll get to the raids eventually. I just want to do everything else before. I also want to get like a team to do raids there. How many raids are there? 4 or 6? Matthias told me that I forgot. 4 raids, right? Or 6? He had to really. Well, that's right, I managed to neutralize him, so that's good. Ryan says there are 4 raids, but 3 different levels for them. 3 anyway, Wrath only had 2. Yeah, that's about 12 different raids in fact, right? There are 4, but then you need to be done 3 times in a row, so that's what it is. No, I get it. They're chasing this what is it called? It's not high value targets, it's this kind of big bosses like Arc Priests or whatever. I think I've got one of those myself as well. The raids are good fun. People are still, you know, playing them in very large numbers. And usually they do them on Saturdays. Saturday night is the night when you get most of the raid gamers, right? That's what I figured. Well, Friday and Saturday, I guess. Yeah. That's right, that's right. Actually, I do remember this. I did play this with my community member from Australia, and we did complete it because there are 3 different types of bosses that respawn in here. Every single time when you get taken, respawning. And that's as to why I was there, attacked so beastily. You're also playing The Division, Ryan. The Division 1 and 2. Just talking early on in my broadcast about those reviews for the sequel, which indeed have been very, very positive. The vast majority were sort of 8 to 9 out of 10. I think IGN was very, very positive, and he talked, you know, in very, very superior terms about the game, and then the final verdict was 7. And I just thought, my goodness, this is ridiculous. I would have thought he was giving it 10 out of 10. But, you know, I had 1 week which was dedicated to The Division 1, and this was a week preceding the sequel, so we kind of finished, I think, on, what was it, Friday, Saturday of last week, or not the week gone, and we had really lots of fun, really good teams. It was tremendous. Matthias also joined in, and we had several people from the US, a couple from Canada, there was one gamer from Panama, there was one team member from Israel, a couple of people from Spain and France, and I had like several steady teams, you know, about maybe 6 different teams throughout the week, and I leveled up to the top and almost maxed out with everything within a week. But then again, I had lots of other things still to do, which sort of left. It was a refresher because I played the Division 1 near its release date a few years back, or 3 years ago. And the Division 2 will also be streaming at some point in here, not at the moment, because my focus is for Anthem to be resolved, you know, with glitches, and then we'll do Anthem and Destiny 2, of course. Quite frankly, I think Destiny 1 is one of the best games of this type ever made, and I think you're right. Destiny 2 is a very ambitious project, and I think similar to Anthem, what they wanted to do was to raise the bar and to make it like really immersive, a kind of, you know, world that always will be expanding and growing, and it's just coming to life now with the seasons, but I think previously it was a bit rusty compared to Destiny 1. On the other hand, Destiny 1 did have several years of operation and development, you know, with all the DLCs and everything. Wasn't as good as it is today, right at the beginning. Ryan says the hype was too much and people just got let down. Also, I think in addition to that, it's just a change of direction. You know, when people like certain style, they just simply want for the game to be exactly the same, and I think therefore Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment had excelled with the Division. It's funny because when you come in, you know, when you start playing the game, and when you start playing the sequel, you are at home with the game instantly. Everything in terms of inventory and you know, basic in-game mechanics is identical, which makes it really easy. I think there's a major mistake to be changing, you know, the menu, the director, and all the other things. In Destiny 2 they're so different to Destiny 1, and still after doing the whole game, you know, finishing the base game, I'm still not at home in full with the menu there in Destiny 2. Which is a bit ridiculous, considering I've spent, what, God knows how many hours I've spent here on Destiny. And I think that is definitely, you know, a problem and a concern. Because at the end of the day, you want it to be the same. Because otherwise one literally is wasting time, you know, leading to the battle system, and I much prefer when it's kept the same. And I think this was also one of the reasons as to why people were so disappointed, in addition to all that advertising and everything else. so many of those, look at that. God, they really like me. Where's the boss now? Oh no. Respawn me away from the whole thing. Where is he gone now? Looks like it's gone. no longer amongst the living. Just a beacon. Oh, something to collect. Why is that world event not taking place in here? Been waiting for more than 20 minutes. Look at the scenery from here. Really beautifully designed. Old Russia. Come on, I want a Warsat back in here. Well, this is not happening. This is not happening. trying to work out where we would get it if we went to the moon. Let me see. Increase discipline. Increase intellect. I want to find out where it would be. Arch slime. Okay. So it looks like it might be up here. I have to say, lengthy streams really make me very tired. I did have a lengthier stream today in the afternoon, and I've been so tired afterwards. Don't understand why. Well, you know, doing broadcasting is very different to actually just playing the game, because you are in to watch quite a lot of things which are happening at the same time. Communication, the quality of the stream, any incoming questions, messages coming in on other forums, and generally being equally focused on the actual, you know, current gameplay. So that makes me feel quite tired frequently. I mean, depends on the game.
The fissures here are growing larger. Watch your steps.
It's funny, I actually always find it more tiring when I play Destiny compared to Elder Scrolls or The Division. Even Apex doesn't make me feel tired. It makes me actually alert and awake. It's funny. So where would we... Ah, well... Oh, it's just slime. So that's around here. You know what, I'll leave that for another day. I'm a bit tired, so what I'll do is I'll go back to my Titan, do another story mission, and then I polish it off for the day. I don't like doing some of the more complicated things when I'm tired, and we've seen that earlier today when I was doing that secret mission. I was just, you know, too tired to do it. So we'll go to the settings, we'll go to log out, and I change character. Yeah. Go back to Titan. It's confusing jumping from one character to another, I have to admit. I couldn't immediately change my mindset from Titan to Hunter. I love my Hunter, but it did take me, a few missions or a few bits of activity to change hats. So we're back on Titan. Let's see, quests. I did play that early on, didn't I? What does it say there?
The search to root out the Taken on Venus has led us to some dark places. None are darker than the heart of the Vex. If my information is correct, the Blight now curls around the heart of their citadel. This must not stand. The assault on the House of Wolves gave us detailed information about the Citadel Spire. By all indications, the heart of the Blight is there, at the top of the tower. Good luck, Guardian. May your path through the darkness lead you to the light.
The roots of the Citadel go deep into the heart of the planet. The spire is the metal trunk of a very, very big tree. Sort of. Remember Skolas? Crazy Kell, Angry Fallen? Can we go back to that? I prefer them to the Taken any day.
Check whether my triple jump is correctly enabled. high enough. Does he not jump higher though? Not high enough.
They were trying to knock us off that platform. Oh, the Taken really are insufferable.
Well, it's on the hard difficulty level, so no wonder it's a bit more difficult. Went into a completely wrong direction. Never mind. Goodness, I got him. That's pretty good.
You sent Oryx screaming back to the Ascendant Realm, and still his echoes stain our system. That is why you are here, Guardian. Only you are strong enough to stand against the terrors in the night.
Thank you, madam. I will be back to Tower instantly to speak to you and debrief you on this mission. So as you could see, I managed to defeat that beast Echo of Oryx, and go back to Ikora. But that's going to be all for tonight, I'm afraid. I'm very tired and I have to go to bed, and you know, we'll carry on tomorrow. So let's continue. Let's see Ikora. Let's see whether we are getting some extra goodies, and then we'll call it a night. There we are, back to the tower. And going back. I have to say that the number of viewers on Destiny overall has been quite significantly depleted since the launch of Apex and the Division 2. Up to 50 people are watching on you know, Destiny section of Twitch, so I guess people are departing. It's to my great sadness to see that. And I must admit I haven't had many new people coming in the last month or so. Which is contrasting to the usual, with, you know, many new people coming in every day. Well, this is what you call shelf life, right? And some games, obviously, well, Destiny 1's been around for a long while, so let's face the facts, it's more than 5 years, 6 years now. Right, it's the 6th year, I think, altogether. We are to speak to one of our commanders very shortly, as you could see. Before doing so, that several people want to talk to us. What's that? Who wants to speak to someone? Let's see. Somebody's for sure.
We can help. What do you need from us?
The rank with the faction has increased. More to flight and strange coin.
Time's running out.
Thank you, sir. I'll be back after another battle.
We can help you,
There's no one else down there. Looks like there are lots of other people in there who want to speak to me, or want me to speak to them.
One for the wall. Interesting. Glad you got back done.
Might of light. Okay.
Until the next time.
Until the next time, sire. Fear God, honor the king.
Ready to assist. Done, done, done. Whenever you need me again, Guardian.
Wow. Didn't take too long, did it?
Cade scouts have brought us something, perhaps a rare relic of the Golden Age.
Typo. Again, not particularly good.
Always interesting.
Bad night for it.
$250 up reputation.
Thanks, Guardian. See you around.
Indeed, sir. I shall be back after another battle. Fear God, honor the king. Anyone else? Ikora, I guess.
Oryx, stay. It is good to work with you again.
Work with Cade, Ikora, Zavala to wage a taken war across Earth, Mars and Venus. The haze of blight still hangs light over our world's guardian. Oryx has been banished from our realm, but his army stalks so that you and I may speak of the great darkness that still lingers beyond. Work with Cade, Ikora and Zavala to wage taken war across Earth, Mars and Venus.
Oryx yet lives.
It's coming towards the end of our Titan story missions.
You are the sigil, the rune that holds true.
We will be hard pressed to cleanse the will of Oryx from our realm. You are the sigil, the rune that holds true. Venus will for time dream of its past once more. We must stand ready for when it awakens to be present. Well then, let's just...
Venus will for a time dream of its past once more. We must stand ready for when it awakens to the present. We expect great things of you.
So all of this has been completed, so what's next? Yep. Strange coin as we completed the bounty. Captain Jack's here. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming. You caught me literally a minute before I ended my broadcast. We have been streaming a lot today. Altogether, I think about 9 hours of Destiny so far. 6 throughout the day and 3, just a bit longer than 3 hours in the evening. But we've come to the end. And very good to see you here. So how are you? How's everything? I was just saying to my community members that the number of streamers and viewers of Destiny on Twitch has been massively depleted since the Division 2 was launched, and also as we have Apex in the orbit for the last few weeks, so many people migrated, and I did play with some people, I did play Apex with some people who were kind of Destiny veterans from elsewhere, who are not really my community members, but as we talked, they said, oh, they love Destiny. Captain Jack says, all good, just wanted to stop by and see how you're doing. I'm doing splendidly well, really good. I had completed all the other gaming with Apex and the Division 1. We've come back to Destiny. We are progressing towards the end, really, for all 3 of our characters. And I look forward to carrying on with Destiny 2. Perhaps joining you also with those long grinds on the seasons and everything. A lot to do in Destiny 2 because I've only done the story missions on my Warlock, and that's the base game. So plenty of adventures and various other things to do on my Warlock and also on other characters. And then we'll progress with the DLC as well. So, I really look forward to that. But you know what? I'm very, very tired. I had a long day, and yesterday was also a very long day. So I have to take some rest. And I thank you very much for coming and saying hello. Really appreciate it. We've had several of our veterans here today. Matthias was here with me doing some missions earlier today as well, and then there was Igoose, there was yourself. We had some of our other members coming in, and it's been a very, very good day. I'm just a bit sad to see that very few new people are coming in, and for whatever reason not many people are doing Destiny at the moment. And as I said, I think it's to do with these other games, particularly the Division 2. Lots of people who love Destiny also are the great fans of Division series, and we played the Division 1 for about a week last week, and managed to kind of level up to top, and also sort of almost maxed out on a character at the end, but loved it really. It was a good refresher after years, and look forward to the Division 2 gaming and streaming as well in the future. Not immediately though, because our next priority is, as you know, Destiny 2, and then Anthem. Anthem is going to be the next very big stream here. Still waiting for the glitches to be resolved. In fact, today I talked to Matthias, and he said he did experience some of the glitches on his PS4 Anthem game, but he hasn't played it as much. And the biggest problem for us streamers is the glitch that is discontinuing the broadcast. So if I'm doing Anthem, then I will have 20 or 30 new broadcasts per stream, and that's just completely unacceptable. In fact, I did have some network problems on PlayStation today, which were causing me exactly the same on Destiny 1 for whatever reason. Something was causing it on the PlayStation network, But really look forward to that. So we'll have Anthem, we'll have Destiny 2, we'll have Destiny 1, and indeed there will be the Division 2 at some time in the future. So thank you very much for coming, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed all you've seen. Lots of interesting missions. We had that secret mission which was unlocked in order to get my sleep accelerant and sleep stimulant, and I will be continuing with those tasks tomorrow, those 3 Warsaw defense missions. I've not been able to do that tonight because I was a bit tired, and also because somebody else next to the Warsat was chasing another mission which was cutting into the timing of that world event. So you know, the Warsat was simply not reappearing, and we had all the other enemies appearing literally almost on the same spot. Thank you very much for coming, thank you for watching. I'm very glad that everyone is still enjoying Destiny. Thank you for being obviously members of our community, and I wish you all a very, very good night.